Must be time for another From Tom's Desk. Well, maybe it's not time, but it's for Friday and I'm doing it anyhow. I first got on or into social media back in 2010 when all this stuff was going on with the red shirts and this, that, and the other thing in Thailand. And really, the only way to get the news was by the guys that were on Twitter and posting what was going on and things like that. And also it was about that time that mobile phones and became available in Thailand. And for the news and for information, I quite prefer Twitter because I can follow newspapers, I can follow news feeds, I can follow whatever I want, and in 140 characters or less, they sort of let me know what's there, and if I'm interested in reading more, I read more. And I've always found Facebook a bit. I mean, I know guys with families around the world, and for family stuff, I guess it's kind of cool. But more and more as time goes on, I find very often these things seem to get out of hand. There's a couple sites for Westerners in Thailand that will remain nameless. And, okay, I'm looking at this through 67-year-old eyes, but people are really attached to their views and opinions and beliefs or whatever. And, people, it's like in this kind of here in America, where there's all these Christians, and so with all these Christians around, they can't figure out why there's all the homelessness and crime and all that kind of stuff. And the same thing with all these people that call themselves Buddhists, that are so attached to nothing more than views and opinions. And the other thing that amazes me now is the number of people who can read minds, who know what people are thinking. And they get quite defensive, if I happen to mention, how amazing it is that, they can read minds. And people, will say, well, I've been here 20 years. I know what people are thinking and why they're doing things. Excuse me, I'm 67 years old. And in general, I don't have a clue what's going on in people's minds. I mean, I never mind reading minds, but why people do the things they do, why they say the things they say, and all this kind of stuff. No, man, I have no idea. So as looking at it from the eyes and point of view of the geezer that I am, I kind of, I mean, there's a certain point where I feel, a certain sympathy, or I don't know if empathy is the right word, for people who are, I mean, it must really hurt to have to hang on to these things. And, I much prefer, listening to Ajahn Chah and the guys over the years, and my understanding, to Buddhist is sort of to observe, and the pain and the suffering and all this kind of comes in the participating in these things. And I mean, this is another just, me bloviating and things like that and observing, seeing things as I see them. And now that I've reached an age, I sort of share some of these things. And quite often it's interesting to see listen to or read the comments people make about, just nothing more than, my views and opinions and my interpretation of things. So, although they may be cast in stone, for now, it's not forever. But anyhow, yeah, I think social media certainly has a place. It can be useful. It can also be useless. I mean, it's just like television. It's a thing that's there, and it's what each individual does with it is, the whole story. But anyhow, that's sort of my opinion for this week. You all take care and have a good weekend and week and whatever. See y'all. Bye.